you're from, but I can tell I'd love to visit. Can't say I've ever seen anyone quite like you before. If you're done with the small talk, would you mind explaining why you attacked us? What in the world are you talking about? Don't play the fool with us. You were spouting nonsense about us being Tari, and nearly killed a man on your rampage. Well, I do recall fighting Tari not long ago to protect Ulmia. Ulmia. A friend of hers, you say? That's all well and good, but she was addressing Glul Jaja's shade with that name. The incantations needed to summon it are said to be based on a much older magic, one capable of clouding people's minds. If our enemy is skilled enough to summon Glul Jaja, it stands to reason such tricks are not beyond them. Meaning young Prish here was likely tricked into believing the shade was this Ulmia person. So it was all an illusion then. It's starting to come back to me. There was someone who warned me that a dear friend needed my protection. He was blue like your left head, and he gave me these bizarre weapons. Blue, like me. I usually fight with my fists, but didn't think twice to accept what they gave me. I suppose their magic's to blame. In any case, I hope the real Ulmia hasn't been dragged into all this. Can you tell us anything about the one you thought was your Ulmia? Where they may be hiding, perhaps? Would that I could, but when I got here, I was all by my lonesome. Here being where, exactly? Juno. At least I think this is Juno. There was never anything like that here before. It's mostly empty, but there are a few people lingering about. If you know where to look, maybe they can tell us something. Go with Prish and see what you can learn of this place, and the whereabouts of that shade. We will remain here and keep watch on this rift. Roger, roger. Right then, let's have a look around. Oh, and we should probably stop by the Tenshodo as well. It's in the back of Neptune's spire, across the way from the fountain. Oh good, I was hoping to run into you two. I don't wish to be overly forward, but why were you speaking with that Mamulja earlier? More importantly, what was it doing here? They would never dare venture beyond the shores of Aragia, unless... My gods, has Glul Jaja laid siege to At Uragan? Is Juno next to fall? I don't know anything about the sieges or invasions, but that Mamulja over there is a friend of mine. There ain't nothing for you to worry about. The poor man's probably more confused than we are about all this. Is this a reflection? Auction house, any questions? In the past, great wealth. Shuttered windows. Adventurers gather from all corners of the world to buy and sell their spoils here. The taxes are a pain, but it's worth it for the wide selection. Just between you and me, though, I've heard you can cut a good deal with merchants peddling their wares just outside of town. But why is it closed? The auction house never closes. Maybe they're waiting for things to return back to normal around here. Whenever they reopen, I suggest you stop by. Who knows, you may get lucky and find something way below market price. Hume. You're new to Juneau, aren't you? I can tell by the way you were taking in the sights. The city was built upon Heaven's Bridge, connecting the two great continents of Quon and Mindartia. You'll find there's an upper and a lower level, a port, and the administrative plaza of Rulud Gardens. At least you would have before. Always in and out of Lower Juneau appear to be blocked or cut off. The situation here is worse than I thought. Token exchange. Oh, this is where you get the sheep music, okay. Solemn Shade. Party, Looking, Dark Samurai, Dragoon. Entrance to the Teshudo. Let's go this way first. Our door. What? Why is it blocked off? There are supposed to be stairs here leading up to the residential area. I swear, things get stranger here by the minute. Can't say I've seen your sort around here before. Where are you from, stranger? Ulda. Can't say I've heard of it. Most folks passing through hail from Sandoria, Bastok, or Windurst. Considering the present state of Juneau, though, seems strange as becoming a common occurrence. I'd be lying if I said I'd heard of your homeland either. But that's not important right now. At times like this, we need to know who can be trusted. Is this like an inn? Neptune Spire. Applicants invite our branch. Please, will issue membership. Yeah. Let's see. Entrance to the Tenshodo. You press against the door, but it refuses to budge. Won't open. Then I guess we won't be meeting Aldo. He's head of the Tenshodo. When the world's in danger, he's always there to lend me a hand. Yeah, it reminds me of Scions. Scions, eh? They sound like a competent lawn. Unfortunately, we're on our own here. Whatever's happening here, these people are just as bewildered as we are. We should go back and find Bakul Jaja. See if he's noticed anything. Returned at last. With answers, I hope. So we're truly in this Juneau, as she says. But I've traveled all over Tyrol and never heard of a Juneau, or Sandoria, or any of those other places. What in Altana's name is Tyrol? I thought all you Mamuja are Gia. Oh. Trish, you're alright. And she has you to thank, I'm sure. Thanks for carrying, I guess. And who are you exactly? Yeah. I appreciate the concern, but I've never seen him before in my life. How can you say such a thing? I mean, you do look like the sort I might know, but I'm drawing a blank. What was the name, mister? He doesn't know. My name is... You must be the one they found wounded in the Sky Deep Sea Note. Well, we have to call you something. How about Alxel? Vagabond in the Mamulja tongue. Though it may be closer to adventurer in Plum's Eorzean. Nicely chosen, brother. That does have a rather nice ring to it. Alxel it is. Is the L silent? Excellent. So where are we exactly? Juno, or at least a close approximation. Surely you remember this place, don't you? It does feel familiar. What's so special about this place anyway? And where did that damn shade get off to? Bah, none of this makes any sense. My. What a vexing predicament. Bruh. Yeah, he's the one with... Didn't he die? Hey, that's the one that put me under a spell, I'm sure of it. So the Bunua Sycophant yet lives. What are you doing here? As you found me in a generous mood, I thought I might enlighten you as to the nature of this place. That is why you've come, isn't it? The young lady is correct. This is the Grand Duchy of Juno. So we really are in Juno, and yet something about it feels so off. I never said this is the real one. It is an imitation, a rather convincing one, I might add, which I created based on visions of another world. You built this? So it is that I did, while you and yours were holding the Dawn Servant's coronation. Zoralja and I ventured to the gate of the Golden City. Everything was proceeding as planned. The gate's key was in our possession, the power to reshape the world within our grasp. Or so I thought. In the eyes of the resilient sun, I was but a useless tool to be cast aside. By all rights, I should have died when he struck me down. But once the chamber was empty, the gate still open, I saw my chance. What I found when I dragged myself across the threshold was an emptiness, a space beyond time. It was there in this dark expanse I beheld another world. Really? That world was called Vanadil. Okay. What a load of rubbish. As if anyone would believe that everything and everyone here is little more than one of your toys. Electrope? He turned to stone. As I said, everything you see here is of my creation. Much like we fashioned a phantom of Galul Jaja for the feet of the Brotherhood, I was able to use our ceremonial tools to breathe life into my visions of Vanadil. Under normal circumstances, my conjurings only have strength enough for a brief clash. With that stone, however, my magics are capable of so much more. Electrope. Isn't that what Zoralja used to build his army? Electrope, he called it. I see. Electrope, you say? If you know its name, then I trust you also know these stones are possessed of immense power. Power enough for my creations to persist as long as I please. Fortunate, then, that world between worlds was filled with structures made from electrope, more than I could ever hope. Wait, if everything we see here, everything we believed was from Vanadil, is of your making, then am I... Gods, that would mean I am as well. You. Yes, well, a trivial thread in the tapestry of my grand designs. And what a wondrous weave it will be, made possible by the endless possibilities gleaned at that walk of echoes. The memories buried there, those remnants of echoes, will shape my dreams into reality. I once believed that dream lay in the Brazilian sun. That bastard is dead to me. By my hand, Turao will have the greatest ruler the world has ever known. I made an admirable start, but my work is far from finished. Very soon I will draw upon the echoes once more to summon the greatest beings of Vanadil, and their strength will be made one with this magnificent shade. The reason and resolve which built the nation of Tuliolal matched with the uncompromising tyranny that commanded the Mamuja of that world. Trivial, let's just solely the members of Vanadil. Yeah, the first one. That's the spirit. My preparations will take time, of course, but when I am ready, you can be certain I will call upon you to bear witness to my greatness. Sorilja, wait. Damn it all. Just when I thought things couldn't become more complicated. Making sense of Alexandria was trouble enough, but now we have this Vanadil to deal with as well. I can only imagine how Prish and Axel must be feeling. What do you do when your very existence is called into question? Yep. That world was called Vanadil. Try as I might, I can recall nothing of my past to refute Sorilja's claims. Prish, on the other hand, seems to know everything of her past and who she is. Yet to be told the memories of your life are not your own, I can only imagine how she must feel. Now's not the time to be disheartened, at least not here anyway. I wouldn't trust anything made by Sorilja to be safe for long. or to remain functional. Let's return to Mamook while we still can. My mother will want to know of what we've seen here. Alright. Is this portal just gonna be here? Yeah, I guess so. Lower Juno. Let's see. There you are. I thought you should be the one to explain what happened out there in Yaktel. Not simply from another territory, but another world entirely. That explains much of the initial confusion between us. My apologies for any trouble I may have caused, and thank you for taking me in. Different worlds, and yet we seem to have so much in common. I cannot help but wonder what it is that links the two together. What indeed? You mistook us for the Mamuja of your Vanadil. When first we met, may I ask what they are like? Nothing at all like you and yours, even if they do bear a striking resemblance. There was a time when all the peoples of Vanadil, the Mamuja included, knew peace. But a tyrant possessed of terrible power claimed rulership over the Mamuja, and turned them against us. Before we realized, we were at war. A tale similar to ours in a way. The rare few of us born with two heads grow to be immensely powerful. That power was used to justify our preeminence over all others. But that is not who we are anymore. We can be better than our forebears. We will be better. All of our hard work will be for nothing if Surreal just succeeds in seizing the throne. Well, you'll not want for aid in stopping him, I promise you that. Oh, keen to lend a hand, are you? I don't need to know who I am to know the right things to do. Our blade is yours. On my honor as an adventurer of Vanadil, we will put an end to Surreal's schemes. If he were here, I'm sure he'd have done the same. Right then. We can worry about whether or not I'm real another day. I'm not going to stand around and let this Surrealja piss all over the memories of my home. So you can count me in too. Don't think you can forget about us. This all started in Yaktel, and we have a duty to keep our forest safe. Surrealja has left us without a trail to follow. But it's only a matter of time before he reveals himself to challenge Plum once more. If you're to be ready, I think it prudent that two of you learn more of our world. An excellent idea, brother. We should start with Tuliolal and see to our own preparations while we're there. If you would meet us at the dirigible landing, we will see Prish and Axel to Tuliolal. To Tuliolo. Okay. Those balloon-powered airships are really something. I didn't expect the flight to be so smooth. So this is Tuliolo. Before I forget, I couldn't help but notice how much you seem to know about me. Is there anything else you remember? I'm afraid I don't. And as you don't recognize me either, perhaps we weren't acquaintances after all. But I know of you, what I know of you was likely overheard in a tavern somewhere, patrons sharing stories of your famed exploits. I see. Well, I'll leave it at that then. Now, where to begin? Brother, would it not be wise to first apprise the Landsguards of what's happened? Or would you prefer another stern lecture from the Vow of Reason? I'd sooner rip off our tail. Fine. Could you keep them occupied while we see to the Landsguard? Maybe take them to eat or something. I know. Take them to Aunt T's to sample her tacos. Here, for that first meal of yours, we spoiled. Alright. And just so we're clear, we're not expecting to earn your forgiveness. No amount of good deeds will ever undo our past, but there's always time to build a better future. When you get there, tell her we sent you. You'll see that they're taken care of. She'll see. Aunt T's tacos, eh? Let me guess, they serve tacos. Yes. Oh, and I can hardly wait. I eat tacos all the time back home. Though I suppose it wouldn't hurt to take a more scenic route. Maybe something along the way will help jog Axel's memory. What in Altina's name is that? Do people actually ride those? Chocobos are the only beasts I've ever seen used for riding in Vanadil. If they have any, I'd sure like to see them. Those creatures remind me of the Chocobos in Vanadil. To say we adventurers found them indispensable would be no exaggeration. From shore to shore, they were our faithful companions wheresoever the roads might lead us. Cool, cool.